What is up, Earth Sphere citizens and rebel losers? I am just a simple new type, and in this episode we are diving into the manga Mobile Suit Gundam Endless Waltz. Glory to the losers. This is considered the comprehensive retelling, incorporating many stories that we have seen in Frozen Teardrop along with Gundam Wing Episode 0. This actually got an English release by Vertical, who also released the Amazing Gundam Origin hardcovers. Like most of our manga coverage, we will show differences between this and the anime. We are also approaching this with the assumption that you have watched the anime. Let's not waste any time, and let's get into this. April 6, AC 195. Leos surround an unknown mobile suit. It begins taking out Leos with ease. The pilot happens to be Duo Maxwell of Gundam Death Scythe. One thing to note here is that this manga uses the Kotoki Endless Waltz designs instead of the original Kunio Okawata TV designs. He says he is the god of death and takes out the remaining Leos. As the fight continues, we learn that the United Earth Alliance has been slowly seizing power in the name of peace. Many colonies lost their ability to govern themselves. Another team of Leos moves in on the mobile suit. He uses the Buster Shield to take out this wave. The seeds of rebellion have been planted. Lady Un informs Trace Kushinada of the attack from an unknown mobile suit. Trace is certain that this is a Gundam, and it is made with Gundanium armor. They know about Operation Meteor and need to take action. Zex will respond to the incident. Duo is picked up from Professor G. They will have to team up with the Barton Foundation and head to Colony VO8744. He would rather die than be used as a weapon. At L2, Colony VO8744, Duo tries to self-destruct the Gundam, but his detonator doesn't work. Professor G deactivated it. He says if he is so determined on stopping the conflict, then perhaps he should take the Gundam and create his own Operation Meteor. This is similar to the flashback that Duo has in the middle of the series. Duo takes off. April 7th, AC 195. Duo is heading to Earth when he notices Oz on the trail of his shuttle from the L1 colony cluster. It is Hiroyui. The shuttle explodes, revealing Wing Gundam in bird mode. Zex launches. Hiro mentions that it is a white grief. If you are following our coverage of Frozen Teardrop, we go into detail of the grief. However, this design is slightly off. It doesn't have the fuzzy headpiece and looks more like a normal Space Leo. In the anime, he has a normal Plumbus. Zex gets a shot on the Gundam. Like the anime, it transforms, showing mobile suit form. He fires the Buster Rifle, taking out the two Ares supporting Zex. The grief grabs onto Wing Gundam, and the two units fall into the water. In North America, Duo begins wreaking havoc. Troa and Heavyarms begins handling business at Dover Base. Catra and Sandrock is fighting in the desert. And at Yangshi Naval Base, Wu Fei and Shenlong sink some boats. Operation Meteor has finally popped off, though not in the way it was intended. At the bottom of the ocean lay Wing Gundam. April 8th, AC 195. Death Scythe is destroying mobile suits trying to make its way towards Wing Gundam. Zex can't believe that the mobile suit pilot survived. Meanwhile, it's time for Hiro to go to school. Underwater, Pisces and Cancers submerge and can spot the Leo. The Gundam is nearby, but the Gundanium metal doesn't pick up on the radar. As they go to pick up the Gundam, Death Scythe come in and takes out the Pisces and Cancers. Meanwhile, Hiro washes up on shore to find Relina. He joins her school, and like the anime, he tears up her birthday invitation and says those 3 words that gives every girl goosebumps. I'll kill you. I get all my dating advice from Hiro, and let me tell you, 1 out of 3 girls will file a restraining order. Those odds aren't bad in this economy. We then cut to the scene where Hiro and Relina are on a boat. Duo shoots Hiro in the arm. Relina steps in and says, "You don't understand our emotionally abusive relationship." Hiro then takes a ride on a missile, launching them into the Gundam, rising to the surface. He knows the impact tension of the Gundam. Duo believes he is the pilot. We flash back to Hiro before launching to Earth. Dr. J says that they haven't come up with a codename yet. They will call him Hiroyui after the leader of the pacifist colony. To learn about Hiro and Ain's Yui, check out the first volume of Frozen Teardrop. Duo is spying on him when Relina visits the facility. We meet Sally Poe. They have him tied down because of the funniest line in both the anime and manga. Sally says he was too strong for them to handle. This little twig boy? Meanwhile, Tro joins the circus, tames a tiger, and meets Catherine. If you're following along in Frozen Teardrop, we are about to see future Catherine, and boy, do they destroy her character. Catra goes, "Wow, Earth," and he just vibes out. Wu Fei gets some cash, baby. Mike Howard looks up at the moon. We flash back to him storing the Peace Million. He says that things are about to get busy for him. Hiro and Duo fix their Gundams, but they don't have the spare parts. Mike Howard thinks back to a time when he met a young Trace Kushinada looking at the Tallgeese. He claims he will be the pilot of this mobile suit. This scene is right out of Frozen Teardrop. Mike tells young Trace that this can take out 1,000 enemies. It is 1,000 custom mobile suit before the circus. Of course, he wouldn't end up piloting this mobile suit, but rather Tallgeese 2. Trace asks Zex to shoot down the Gundam pilots for him while doing some pigeon shooting. I say pigeon, but what did the artist draw here? Is that a toucan? Is he shooting exotic birds? We go into a brief introduction of the Specials. One thing I didn't emphasize during the Frozen Teardrop coverage is that the Specials are a Special Forces team. However, they spend most of their time as an instructor corps training pilots. Zex lands at Corsica and takes the Tallgeese. Commander Bonaparte is attacking Troa. Earlier, when looking at Tallgeese, we are met with Walker, a former Tallgeese engineer. Lady Un gets in contact with Trace. He wants Lady Un to find Walker to help him build the next generation of mobile suits. They need to acquire Gundanium alloy for themselves. He is looking at a design of Epion. Hiro gets an incoming mission. Oz got their hands on Gundanium armor. He is going to destroy the transport ship carrying Gundanium. Duo says, "Your Gundam's still wrecked. What are you gonna do, blow yourself up?" Meanwhile, Troa is rocking Heavyarms with the Igel unit. The Heavyarms Igel unit is an extra weapon set used specifically for the attack on Corsica. It has leg-mounted treads. It also has 3 weapons, a 4-pod missile launcher on both shoulders, 20 micro missiles in the legs, and a large beam cannon. Commander Bonaparte surrounds Heavyarms. He fires missiles in every direction, taking out the enemy mobile suit. The remaining Ares retreats. Commander Bonaparte apologizes to his fallen soldiers. The Heavyarms purges its Igel unit and it self-destructs on the defending Ares. Troa is out of ammo. That is when the Magwanac Corps and Catra come in to help. Sandrock is rocking the Armadillo unit. The Armadillo unit is a set of detachable armor and shields that cover the Sandrock's chest and shoulders. The shields are made from a modified WMS-03 Magwanac and also attaches additional boosters. There will eventually be an upgraded version that removes the shields and adds rockets. Earlier, Lieutenant Otto went out with the second wave to protect Zex. He is commanding this wave of Ares. He tells his team to focus on the commander unit. The commander unit, being Sandrock, rushes towards them, purges the Armadillo unit, and slices through Otto's Ares. After the Specials team is destroyed, Sandrock and Heavyarms fight one another. The Magwanac team watches. Troa is out of ammo and can only use melee weapons. Zex has lost too many Specials. He takes off in a cargo plane. Ketra says this isn't right and the two shouldn't be fighting each other. We should be jamming out on our flute and fiddle. Hiro fixes his Gundam and takes off. Duo realizes he stole parts from Death Scythe to fix this. Wing Gundam approaches the shuttle carrying Gundanium. He fires the Buster Sword, taking out the shuttle, and grabs the crate carrying Gundanium. Is the crate made of Gundanium? Because how does a plane vaporize but not the container? Imagine if pieces of Gundanium just scatter onto the ground and Hiro had to spend the next 48 hours searching for him. Meanwhile, Relina says, "I too am emotionally damaged." On Earth, Vice Minister Darlian tells General Septim, "Hey man, you guys fucking suck." Lady Un informs Trace that Walker was shot down along with the Gundanium alloy. He looks at a picture of his brother, Vaunt Kushanada. To learn more about Trace's brother, check out Frozen Teardrop. Lady Un tries to cheer Trace up by saying the new Taurus mobile suits should be good enough. Thanks to Walker, Zex was able to receive battle data from the new Gundams. He contacts Noin. It has been 1 year and 22 days since they last met. No, she's been counting. Wu Fei heads to an Oz base to find the new Taurus. He doesn't want these mobile suits in outer space. At Lake Victoria, Noin meets with Zex where they have that one scene which apparently helped some of you with your sexual awakening. I get it, mine was Halle Berry in the live-action Flintstones movie. I wish I was Kyle MacLachlan. We flash back to Wu Fei and Long Mei Lin, who are learning from Master O. Holy shit, Master O barely spoke in the anime. He's talking! They talk of war and peace as two sides of the opposite coin. One can't achieve peace without fighting for it. They refer to an old butcher that committed genocide in the name of war. Wu Fei says justice of the devil is up to the individual circumstance. Mei Lin says that justice is saving many lives. He teases his wife and calls her Nataku, which is why Wu Fei refers to his Gundam by that name. Also, Nataku is Japanese for Neja, and China just released a sequel to this Chinese folklore which grossed over $1 billion. Wu Fei thinks of this as he blows up Lake Victoria base in the present. Noin responds in her Ares as Wu Fei takes off in a motorcycle. Noin's team uses the Taurus beam cannon. If anyone cared what it meant when it said that the beam cannon can be fired independently, it is referring to this. At least one of you care about Taurus beam cannon lore. They fire and it knocks Wu Fei off the motorcycle. Like the anime, Wu Fei kicks a satchel with bombs. The explosion allows him to get away. And that will do it for our first episode of Glory to the Losers. For the most part, things are playing out like we have seen in the anime, with some minor additions from Frozen Teardrop. We get hints of the Barton Foundation at the beginning, and we understand that Operation Meteor isn't going quite to plan. Next time we will learn more about Mei Lin and Wu Fei, two lovers brought together by their clans. However, her life will be tragically cut short. We see the real Troa's death instead of waiting till the end of the story. And we see the tallest of gooses in action. But that will do it for now, losers. Remember, no one griefs harder than a Leo pilot. Peace.